Welcome everyone to my latest video review. This is on the Power Rangers Wild Force figures. For some reason I wasn't able to say Wild Force and I had to take so many takes, but here we go. This is the main line where each of the figures, well, mainly the male figures, came with action features. So let's take a look at them. So here's the Blue Ranger. You can see he's already tilted to one side. So on the back here, he has two different action features. One right here, so that's like a kicking action feature. So use the white button. Sorry, his leg moves. It's like a kicking action. And you were to use this, it's more like, oh sorry, I'm going out of frame here. Do that, it's like an arm action. It's mainly for his main weapon. I'm gonna put the main weapons later on, I'll show you guys. But that's Blue Ranger there. And here's Red Ranger. He has the arm action. The girls really didn't have any action feature, but they're very stiff, especially the legs. It's horrible, like horribly stiff. This is what the legs look like, and it's such a weird like action figure because they have such wide hips, and yeah, I don't know, even the yellow for this Yellow Ranger is way too dark. The arms are connected, like, yeah, it's like almost spring loaded. And here's Black Ranger. He also has two. He has one up here and one down here. So the one up here, it's for his arm. And then this one you can kind of rotate it like so. I really hate action feature figures because it makes the figures so like, no. I think the main line of figures should be like basic figures without the action feature. If they need to put a feature, it could be like a light up or a talking feature. But action feature is a no. They should leave that for like a second wave. So that's the Black Ranger. White Ranger is very similar to yellow, so I'm not really going to show to you. But yeah, I just put on the skirt because I need them to be show accurate. The reason I have them all pretty much leaning against the wall here is because White can't stand, so these here. And then Lunar Wolf, he has one on his back right here. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, they are so much better than the Turbo figures because the Turbo action feature figures were horrible. They were like really built up and their arms were all over the place, but they did a good job with these figures. They do look good, but they do suffer a little bit of what Turbo had, which the arms are all over the place. Like Blue right here, his arms are kind of spread out. You can't go, you can't rest it by his side. And yeah, and Lunar Wolf also has like awkward arms. So that's pretty much it for the figures. Now let's look at accessories. The girls did come with these really huge merchandise only accessories. I will link my very first Wild Force figure video review after this video so you guys can actually check it out. But I got these figures loose for a really amazing deal, and it came with the accessories that I cared about, which is their main weapons and their savage, what's it called, Savage Sword? I don't know, the little sidearm swords that they had. I really love those. So this is, I already made the Savage Sword so I can show you guys. This is what it looks like. You can tell it's beautifully colored, just like the Time Force weapons. Looks amazing. And when you remove them, I'll show it to you guys what it looks like. This is the sword. Here's the shark fins. I love these weapons because they were very creative. Like shark fin daggers or weapons. Really cool. And then here's the axe. Here's the baton for white. One thing that confused me about Wild Force was Red Ranger's weapon. All the others got awesome weapons, and he just got this like random line punching like claws, which made like no sense. Normally the Red Ranger gets the best weapons. So I'll show you guys, and also the guys came with these line blasters. Honestly, it would have been really cool if they based it on each of their animals. Like Blue got a shark blaster, Black got a bison blaster, and they also, it would be cool if the other rangers got it too, like an eagle blaster for yellow and a tiger blaster for white, and a wolf blaster for silver. And this is what Silver's weapon looks like. It also came with a tiny little miniature weapon, which wasn't with these figures. But again, you guys can see all of their accessories in the video, in my very first video, which I'll link. Like, this is what it looked like. It's really cool. So it's like a spring-loaded action. It's gonna do it here. You press it, and it kind of shoots it out, which is really cool. Now the accessories, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So Blue, what he looks like holding his weapon. So when you use the action feature, kind of looks like he's you're doing a cutting action. Mind you, these figures are over 10 years old. That's why maybe this action or is not really working that well, but that's what Blue looks like with his weapons. And here I'll show you Red Ranger's weapons. What Red Ranger looks like. That's his action feature. And what I love is they even went as far as to paint the crystal sabers. Like Red has red over here. Like each of them had their individual colorful crystal sabers, and I loved it. Blue has blue. And I'll put yellow sword so you guys can see. That's what she looks like. Yellow also came with a feather, because I don't know if you guys remember in Wild Force, she threw a feather that had like sharp edges towards the enemy. This is what Yellow's crystal saber looks like. Show you Black Ranger. So here's the, let's see what, here's Black Ranger's crystal saber. Oops, almost fell over. Finally, White Ranger. So White Ranger has one arm, which is this one here, that's has a larger gap than the other arm. So that's the only arm really she can hold it. You could technically put it on this arm here, but you'll end up stretching it out. This is what White Ranger's weapon looks like on her, and this is her crystal saber. And finally, Lunar Wolf. So unfortunately, I don't have the little weapon that goes in his holster. But this is what it looks like with him holding his weapon. I think I put it on right. It's the other way around. I think Silver's is the best. 'Cause he actually utilizes the weapon, and the weapon actually moves with his action feature. So that's what all of them look like. Honestly, painted weapons really bring out the figures. Like, they look amazing versus just the dull gray weapons. And Valforce had a set of very unique weapons. He had a sword, you had a little punching lion head, and you also had shark fins and a tiger baton. So there was a unique set of weapons, and the fact that they could form the savage sword. Or I'll actually show you guys how to form it. It's actually not that hard. Let me just collect all these weapons and show you guys. The easiest weapon combination was Time Force. Okay, so you take the bison axe, put it at the end of the baton. You have to make sure that the two little holes on the side are facing each side. And then you take the shark fin, this little groove here. The groove has to be sitting on the underside of the axe. And then this little tab, you put it on the hole like so. And you do the same thing with the other side. And then the sword, it goes on top. This fits right snug, like so. And then the Red Ranger, his just connected to like so. And there you go, the Savage Sword. I keep saying Savage Sword, but I hope I'm saying the right name. I feel like that's what it's called. Because I feel like Savage Sword was the sword from Power of Pink that Psycho Pink used to fight Kendricks and Cassie. That's what it looks like. And yeah, so these figures, I love them. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I hate the action feature, but they do look amazing. They look really awesome. They're not the best figures that we've gotten. Like, that would probably go to Space or Lost Galaxy, but they look pretty decent. I was looking for these figures for a good while, and I wasn't able to find them. And oh, one thing that really sucks about these figures are their feet. Like Red, oh yeah, Red also had like where you can, forgot to show you, you can kind of squeeze the legs, and it had that. But then with Red, you can only really move the knee. You couldn't really do much. The arms you moved up, down with the shoulder. The heads you can kind of move. Blue, I'm sorry, I didn't show you guys the proper articulation. With this arms up, down. Sorry. The thing with the action feature figures is most of the times the arms are connected. So it's really annoying. Like, yeah, it's just no. I like the free moving arms, and also the leg you can go up, down. And then this one has a knee like 360 movement. This one doesn't. Black. Up, down. There's no knee articulation. Arms up and down. And that sound really bugs me too. That little sound that you hear because of the little spring action. And then Lunar Wolf. He moves legs up and down, and that's about it. There's nothing else going on. So articulation, out of 1 out of 10, they would probably get a low 2 or 3, because they really don't have any articulation. To be honest, because I'm very basic with the figures, I just have them standing on my display, so it doesn't bother me too much. But I know like collectors who love to put them in show accurate poses, like they would not have that opportunity. So that's why articulation is like a low 2, because it barely has any. Yeah, yeah, so that's basically, and the figure, as far as detailing goes, they look beautiful. Even their weapons are colored really nicely. And these figures do pop up on eBay every so often. I've been searching these figures for a while for a good deal, and I was able to finally acquire them. So my display looks complete. So one day I'll do an updated video for my display. And yeah, so that's my video. And coming up next, I want to do a Power Rangers Time Force versus Wild Force comparison review. I guess you already know who's gonna win, but we'll see. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like, comment. It really does help. Have a great day.